Hey everyone, welcome. Hey Peter, welcome Peter. We'll get started shortly. Hey Stella, welcome. Hey guys, welcome. We'll get started shortly here. Guys, we'll get started shortly. Big day in the markets, big down day in the markets. We'll go over that. Should not be a surprise to anyone. We'll get started shortly. Big move in the VIX. The VIX made a big move today. The upside, we'll take a look at that. We'll get started shortly. We'll get started shortly. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started here. All right, let's get started. All right, I'm going to share my trading screen here.
Did you know what happened yesterday?
No,
David?
what happened?
1 p.m. Jerome Powell says 50 basis point rate hike.
Oh, really?
He was just skittish about how many they're gonna do. He's like, I'm not gonna reveal my position, but we're doing 50 basis point rate hike. So guess what? Earnings for tech stock coming in next week. They're gonna get destroyed if they don't say anything positive. Just like Netflix.
So what time did that come out yesterday? Was it
1
normally
p.m.
the
yesterday.
2 p.m.? Okay. Okay.
Yeah, 1 p.m. yesterday. That's when the sell-off happened.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So did you position with IWM, Peter? Did you look at anything?
No, I wanted to hang myself with the Netflix thing. I got the direction right. I even got the price point correct, but it was the wrong type of trade.
Okay.
So I just wanted to kill myself. Like, so yeah, I did a 280 put. I did, but I bought 2 of them. I did a calendar spread.
Oh,
and
okay.
sold the 280 and bought the 280 for 3 weeks later, and just one short position just ruined the entire position. Just I just should have just spent $400 going naked. Like, I hate going naked, but if I would just went naked 280 put, I would have made a lot of money. After that, I just need to take some time away. Just
Yeah, I love going naked. I don't know anything about any of this. I love naked calls, naked puts, find the direction.
real stupid for beginners, but that one you could have done the risk out of the money put, and you would have made money.
What's the symbol for Netflix?
NFLX. I
And
think this is the 2 most hardest emotion to deal with is regret, when you left money on the table. When you execute 1, 2 correctly, but the 3rd one incorrectly, and you left money on the table, and another one is basically loss. Greed and loss. Those are the 2 most hardest emotions to deal with.
Yeah, greed and loss, right? Yep. Okay, so this is what
See your screen.
you guys can't see my screen.
We don't see Netflix.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, how about right now?
Perfect.
Okay, all right. Okay, what time frame did you trade it on? 240 or
No,
30?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. All right, 30 minutes. Yeah, let's bring in a 30-minute chart here. Oh, look at that gap down, huh?
Yeah, I can't even watch it. It's like, did a put, 280 put, and I said, what? I just blindly just trying out a new trade. I should just stop doing that. Stop experimenting. Just put 280 put, spend a $400. I would have been super good.
It would have been super good, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Yeah, it gets to the point. You guys will notice that I kind of keep it kind of simple from time to time, and this is advanced. This is the advanced trading class, right? I mean, there are things that we can add, like we talked about support and resistance, right? Adding in some windows, but that's just to kind of help with your timing and stuff. But the trade, the real trade is always easy when we follow a consistent pattern, right? But who would know? You still don't know. Who knew that it would gap down like this, right? Even with the bad news and everything, right? So I mean, it is what it is. You'd made some money on it though, Peter. You didn't make as much, but you made money on it.
Oh, I just basically spent money and just got nowhere.
Got
on it.
nowhere. Oh,
Got nowhere, and that's what's most frustrating. So I just wanted to check in with the other traders. This is what we're gonna do differently for the Roku that's coming up. Roku is very similar to Netflix, ROKU. And this is
okay.
an advanced strategy. It's not too advanced, but basically come earnings next Thursday, I'm just going to short the stock. 100 shares at about $100 or $99. I'm going to short the stock. And then just to protect myself, I'll just buy a call. Maybe a week out. I'll buy the 101 call. 101 call is going to be expensive. It's going to be like $700. But I'm anticipating this stock is going to tank 15, 20 points. So I'll be good shorting it 100 shares. Nothing too complicated, just a call. That way, at least, I don't mess with puts or stuff like that.
Now we looked at this before, right? So what is the concern? So okay, so
The concern was it's oversold.
it's
So it
oversold.
might do something super strange. It might gap up.
Yep.
It might come out with positive earnings, and then the stock goes to 140.
Yep.
And then if you're short on it, you're screwed. So I was just thinking, okay, I'm gonna go short, just sell the stock, but I'm gonna use a call option to protect my upside.
Okay.
To call the stock in case it goes.
My question is this for you, Peter. All right, why even bother with this? All right, why even, if you look here, why even bother with this, right? So it's all about risk reward, right? So it fell from, right, what is that? 480, 484, right, was the high, and it's right here at 90, 97. And look at this markdown phase.
Okay. So you're saying the juice is not worth the squeeze.
Yeah.
The risk is not even worth to take it.
Yeah. I mean, look at this, right? It's in, if we were going to trade it, right? Let's bring in our let's see here. Let's bring in our sell short signal, right? So look at this. Always bring in your sell short signal. Okay, here it is here. Sell short signal right here. We had looked at, let's bring in RSI. So the upside, the real trade is where? The real trade, if we are patient, right? And we want to be patient and we want to wait. We want to look for the best opportunities, right? The best opportunity to have shorted was here. Here is the short signal. Here is the other short signal all the way down here. You know, it's, so let's say it's at 97. So let's say it goes down another 20 points or so. It's dangerous down here. Let's take a look at, so there are other trades, there are other opportunities, right, that are happening right now that we don't see because we are trying to do this. Look at this here. Look at this, Peter, right? So this is on the weekly, right? So here is, look at this here. Here is support. It's right at this big support here. This is a big support right here, right? And then we have another support, right? We have another support right here. We have another support right here, which is at 30. That's the very low. I mean, so you're hoping that it crashes, it literally crashes all the way down here to the very low. All right, we have some support right here. I just think it's not worth it. Okay, so you've got so you got support, very low support here, it's at this support right here. So let's say it gets to the middle support right here. That's at really at $60. So you're talking 97 to 60. When it's fallen from all the way up here. All right. So at 485, 486, fell all the way down here. And now we're trying to chase it down here. That's like, right? The buy signal was here, right? That's like the buy signal was here and we're trying to buy it. We're trying to get in.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, all the way up here. All right. Can you make some money? Yeah, but it's if you do, it's not the best trade, right? It's not the best trade. It's already you're trading it near a support area.
We're in the markdown phase of a lot of tech stocks. So Microsoft, Alphabet, they're all earnings coming next week.
Yeah, so I would look through you look through your heat seeker, right? Look through your heat seeker. And I would do that this weekend and look for opportunities where you've got in
the beginning of
in that distribution phase, right? Coming down to that distribution phase, entering that new markdown phase. All right. And you'll find so many opportunities, right? And I think I think you've got shorts in yours too. So that's where the work needs to be done.
Yeah, I'm a little bit blinded by regret. So it's a good point.
Yeah.
Juice is not worth the squeeze.
It's not. It's the money has been made already, obviously, right? I mean, a beautiful short trade. But down here, and guess what, right? We know traders are watching it at these levels here. We know they're really getting excited to jump in, right? They're really getting, they are, Peter. They are. Right? Look at that, right? They're getting ready, right? They're watching this and they're just building capital, right, to take this thing back up. So we don't want to get trapped down in this area there. I mean, look at this mountain, right? You call it a mountain. Peter calls this a mountain, right?
Yeah, that's a good way of explaining it. Every markup phase has a markdown phase. The higher the price goes and that climb up, prepare for the other side of the mountain.
Yeah. So your goal should be, you should be hoping that, hey, they push it lower, right? Accumulate, right? Break resistance. So your approach should be not shorting, but getting ready, right? Getting ready to for when the buyers come in like this, and we'll know when the buyers come in, right? We'll get green candles, break of resistance, buy signal, and do this. So that the preparation that needs to be done now is not trading it, is if we are not in it short, right? Wait. Are there opportunities? There's absolutely opportunities on the smaller time frame, but just know that it's dangerous down in this area here. The money has been made already. All right, the money has been made, unless it goes to $10. All right. All right. So Peter, it's up to you, but it's getting dangerous down in this area in here. As we hear on Stock Boss, what I want to do is kind of go through the market because a lot has happened today. All right, the Dow closed down at what, almost almost 1,100 points. That's a big down day. All right. And this should not be a surprise, right? This should not be a surprise to any of us because we've seen that price action, right? We've seen the indexes struggle, right? We've been watching the VIX move higher, right? We've been watching the VIX held support down in this area here. It's been holding at 22 and made a big jump now at 28, right? That's a big jump. So that's a lot of volatility is coming back into these markets. Okay, so we want to be careful. Let's see here. This is the S&P, right? And those buy signals, guys, remember our buy signals closed, right? We've those buy signals closed a while back, right? So we you know, we had an idea that this would happen, right? Because that buy signal failed, right? Failed to continue higher, break resistance. This is the S&P. All right, so sellers are definitely coming back in. All right, so we need to be careful. Same thing with the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is kind of holding. All right, holding here. So, and remember, all your stocks, they're gonna follow the major indexes. Okay, look at the NASDAQ here. Right, there's pretty good support right here. All right, so pretty good support right here. Right, here's pretty good support, and here is price coming right down to that support here. All right, so shorts, puts. Let's see here. IWM, the Russell. Same thing here. Close the buy signal. All right, close the buy signal. All right, we've got support right here. So guess what? Lower highs, lower lows. So we see the trend. All right, lower highs. All right, so right here, lower highs, right? Support that right here, right? Price is moving lower. Okay, so definitely selling in the indexes. Let's take a look at the sectors. We've been seeing selling coming in the sectors. Look for, we've been talking about real estate, looking for opportunities, right, in home builders. All right, so home builders have been moving lower. All right, home construction has been moving lower. All right, but look here, we've got the healthcare now. We've got a new down, consumer discretionary new down. So we have a lot more sectors. Pay attention to these guys. We have a lot more sectors that are moving to the downside. Okay. All right. So also we have materials, energy right here, utilities. If you guys want to take an opportunity, we can take a look at these utilities as a, could be a safe haven. All right. So utilities here, energy, so XLE. And we'll take a look at Monster ETF to see what's popping up in Monster ETF. All right. But not a lot of places to hide right now. Let's see here. Okay, so Stock Boss. All right. For Stock Boss traders, so Stellar, just hold tight. Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
There's nothing there. Okay. So what this does, heat seekers, is really awesome because what happens as the market, when the markets become bearish, guess what? Heat seeker is going to dry up. So it kind of forces us not to trade. All right, it really does. It dries up. We're not going to get a lot of opportunities when the market goes bearish like it is now, right? Heat seeker is going to dry up. We only have a couple of opportunities, right, in energy here, and one here in technology. So just wait, Stella, just wait. Okay, don't trade it. Don't trade stock boss. Okay, just wait. Same thing here with Bullmaster. Okay, not a lot of opportunities here with Bullmaster. All right, we have a few more than stock boss, utilities. All right, there are other places to go, right? There are other places to go. All right, here's Twitter here. But understand, right, when the market goes down, the majority of your stocks will follow the indexes. All right, but heat seeker will protect you because it forces you not to trade. Forces you not to trade. Okay. Monster ETF. Let's see if we see. Okay, so there are short ETFs here. So there is, let's see, short, that's financials, ultra short. So the short ETFs are good when the markets are making moves to the downside, right? But I don't see any great opportunities yet. Where we want to focus our attention is in Forex. All right, so look here, as the other markets are slowing a bit, Forex is moving, right? We have a lot more opportunities here in Forex. All right, so we've got almost, I would say, this was approaching almost 50% of the pairs were consolidating. Now we've got a lot more pairs that are moving higher, starting to trend. We had been watching the dollar, talking about the dollar, guys. All right, so here is a dollar pair right here. All right, that's the top USD CNH. That's the top trending pair right now. I had one of our traders called and said he had missed this. He should have stuck with the system and stayed in ZAR. I don't know if he got in late, but we want to stay in. The ZAR pairs are running, so dollar ZAR and euro ZAR running, but really keep an eye on the dollar pairs. Okay, we are seeing a move. Let me change this screen here. So don't force the equity markets. Here is, let's see here. Okay, so here is the dollar. Here's the dollar right here. Can you guys see the screen? Can you guys see my screen right here? Yeah, okay. So we are watching the dollar here, guys. This is on the monthly time frame. Right now, it was right at 90, 99, stuck around 98, 99. Now it got to 100. Now it's at 101. So the dollar is at 101.12, and it's getting up to this area here. All right. So we would like to see it continue to move higher. We'll see more dollar pairs moving higher. All right. This is the trade here. This is going to be the trade. All right. And hopefully if it continues to break out, right, you guys are going to do really, really well, right? The last time it broke out, the last time the dollar broke out was all the way down in here. This is the monthly time frame now. All right, the monthly time frame. And after I'm done with this, I'll open up for questions. All right, so the last time the dollar broke out, I'll move this here. All right, the dollar broke out of a major resistance. The last time was 2014, going into 2015, buy signal here, a big move higher. All right, consolidated here for several years, right? Consolidated here for several years, traded between support and resistance, kind of like here. All right, and now, guys, now it's really starting to break that resistance. All right, if it gets up in this area here, we'll get a buy signal, kind of like this right here, and that will help us with the dollar pairs, the smaller time frames. Okay, so this is a big trade we're watching, the dollar pairs. All right, we have a nice upward trend. So we have a nice upward trend line that's holding. So we got higher highs, okay, or higher lows right here. So right here, price is moving higher, nicely up that upward trend. Price is getting squeezed in this triangle right here, and now it's breaking out, okay? So if everything holds, we can anticipate a nice breakout into next week. All right. The next one we are watching is the pound yen. So Forex, guys, really pay attention to Forex. All right. We had a bit of a pullback, but it's still holding. We had a pullback on the smaller time frames, but it's still holding. All right. So we're getting this on the monthly time frames now. So we have a buy signal, and we definitely get a buy signal and a breakout in the dollar pairs, in the pound yen, I'm sorry, pound yen. All right, we'll look for a target on the monthly time frame. Not that we trade the monthly, but it will help us, all right, help us gauge where price could go. All right, let's bring this in here. All right, so I would say we could have a target perhaps at what's that one? Boy, look at that. We could have a target at about 180. All right, 180 on pound yen. It's at 165 right now. The high is right here. Okay, that's the most recent high, right? The all-time high is all the way up here. So anywhere between here and here is where we might get a bit of consolidation. All right, let's see here. So right in that area here is where we might get some consolidation. Okay, you guys see that? You guys see that?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, very good. All right, so the pound did close, gave a sell signal on the 240 to get out. All right, so it did give a sell signal on the 240 here to get out. All right, so that doesn't mean that that monthly is holding, so we could get some consolidation, kind of like here, right? All right, give it some time to consolidate and then build again. All right, and hopefully we get another run. That's two decent runs here. All right. All right, so I'm going to open up the floor. Any questions on anything, guys? Any questions? Any questions on any of this? Housing, right? Housing, we talked about home construction. All right, still coming down here. This is a big area to watch. I think this might be a good area for puts still. So some of those housing stocks.
This chart,
Mhm.
I mean, we're moving to the moving average. So the concern here is that it'll rally off of the moving average.
On the monthly time frame here?
Yeah, yeah. Isn't this a area like in the moving average on the monthly a really strong support?
I mean, we've had it. Let's see here. We've had it. Price came down to the moving average here, right? Price came down and then moved higher, right? It came down here and then moved higher. Came down here and then moved higher. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whenever I'm at the moving average, I just trade very lightly. So I'm nimble to get out.
Yeah. What the bigger picture to watch is this area here. So if the market continues to move lower, we can expect this to move over and break that moving average here and get down. What I would like to see, right, is that the price comes to this area right in here, consolidate a bit, and then make another move down. Okay, and then make another move down. And you said the Feds, they're increasing rates, right? Another 50 basic.
Yeah, they just didn't want to commit to how many of those 50 basis points.
Okay.
They were pressing them on, is it going to be 3? Is it going to be 4 during the year? So they just said, hey, you know, we don't want to give away our decisions because, you know, it's not decided yet, but it's going to be 50 basis points. So that's going to really, you know, and then Yellen went on interview today saying, oh, I don't see a recession coming. But if they do the rate hikes, it's a recession.
Yeah.
So she was gaslighting everybody. He's like, I don't see a recession coming. We have a very strong underlying market economy. He's like, I can't speculate what's going to happen to the market, but we see some strong job growth. Can we look at this? It's called the TPLC. Okay. Because you told me to find some other oranges to squeeze. When you're talking, I was like,
and the minute I say that Roku is gonna go to $2, right?
The minute you say it's gonna
go, it's gonna go.
And then I don't trade it, and it goes to $50, and we're both gonna kick ourselves. I mean, as a trader, it's hard either way. If we take action, we get punished for it. But then if we don't take the action, we still punish ourselves. It's like, it's hard. And can we look at TPLC?
Yeah, I think it's always better though to always, you know, look at the best trades, right? So some trades are better than others. So even if you miss it, right, it's like you did the work, right? You did the work and okay. So what's the symbol?
T as in Tango, P as in Papa, L as in Lima, C as in Charlie.
Okay.
So on the weekly, it looks pretty good. For it's on Heat Seeker.
Oh, okay.
So this is basically the beginning.
Yeah.
And it did give us a sell signal weekly.
Yeah.
So this would be the beginning of a distribution phase.
It's an ETF.
Yeah, it looks like large to mid cap ETF.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And they say recession is not coming, but the large and mid cap stocks is starting to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, boy.
This is Peter, this is actually look here, look what you've got going for you, right? Even if this does, now this is on the weekly time frame, right? But still, right? Even if this doesn't work out, right? So let's say you take this trade and it doesn't work out. This is a much better trade than the one we looked at before. Okay, because guess what? you're coming from a high, right? You're coming from a high. You have the money was made here, right? You've got sellers. Look at sellers. Sellers are battling here for position. They really are, right? You have a sell short signal, right? You've got a purple support and resistance. So we know that price is turning. We've got lower highs and lower lows. All right. You've got pretty good support right here. Right. You've got pretty good support right here. Right where we got that sell, that exit signal, right? So sell short signal in place. This is your pullback, right? So when we talk about, we can anticipate a pullback. This is what your pullback that got all the traders out of the trade. They got them out of the trade, right?
And that white candle, ooh, that means it's not bullish anymore.
It's not bullish anymore.
And then we got a morning star, which is basically a bullish signal. And then we got some red candles after that.
Yeah, you got a big red candle here, close for the week today. Sellers
it looks
are
even
in.
better on the daily now. The daily, there's a huge red candle for today.
This is and this is early. You're not trying to short it down in this area.
But I really want to squeeze that Roku.
I know you really want to get it.
Every juice out of that Roku.
I know.
Right. I'll just trade very lightly on that one. I'll short one share.
Yeah. Right.
This one's a better setup. I agree. Just sometimes it's, when you don't want to, your fear of missing out, and then everybody's posting pics of how much money they made from Netflix, Roku, and I'm not with there. And I'm looking at some weird TPLC ETF, but this looks better. Yeah, much better.
Yeah. Always understand that we want to get in before the crowd.
Yeah.
Right. So we want to get in before the crowd, and we want to get out. Okay. So when they're all piling in to the downside, right? That's when, not piling in, when they're all fearful, right? It's dropped. They're getting out. We're staying in. So just understand that this is it. So we want to be getting that distribution phase.
Could you change that to the daily chart?
Daily, okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit messy on a daily, but it still gives us a lot of bearish signals.
Okay, so let's open it up. If we open it up, we'll see it clearly here. All right, so not too bad it doesn't look that bad. So on the daily, we're looking at support. Support would be right here. You've got a red candle coming, right? Actually, support, we can get support, right? Well, let's see. Right here. Support right here. Red candle coming. So the sellers came in. All right. Yeah, that does look good. And you got a long way to drop, Peter. You got a long way to come down. Right. Right.
Yeah, if you turn off your buy signals, it looks much better.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah. How much is the stock? $36 stock, which is cool. It's not going to cost me too much to short it, and I probably could get some options on this as well to protect myself.
Yeah. So
yeah, see how better it looks? The huge red candle after the white one.
Yep, much better trade. And guess what? You'll be getting in pretty early. Yeah.
It just has to break support. You have to break new support, because right now it's just kind of range bounding.
Yeah. Now on the weekly, you've got a sell short. You don't have a sell short signal yet, so you have to wait on that on the daily. But much better trade. It's a much better setup. Let's take a look at the 240 just to see. Okay, 240. Let's see. Not much there. It's kind of like the daily, right? A lot like the daily. Yeah. All right. Well, the message here is what? The message here is what?
For better setups.
Look for better setups there.
Don't try to get to the party late and try to get the refreshments because it's all gone. The orange juice has all been drank up.
Yep. All right. So, and especially if you look here, right? So you want to go with the flow of the market, right? So look what's happening here, right? With TPCL, and then look what's happening here with the market. Looks very similar, right? This price action here, right? I mean, if we did a side by side, right? Let's do this. If we did a side by side,
Couldn't even understand even the utilities and the healthcare stocks, they're getting crushed today. It's like there's no safe place to go. It's just every trend I try to catch on utilities and the healthcare, I had to get out. The system's telling me to get out.
Yeah. And you know, we just have to pay attention to that, right? We just have to pay, you know, the thing about like this stuff here, right, is that it forces us to pay attention, right? It does. It forces us because, you know, we have all our ideas, everything that we think we want, right, to happen. And the reason why we use these systems is because it forces us to do the right thing. Right?
Capital preservation, protect our money. For me, I see as it tells me to protect my money.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
because I'm really trying to force the trade. I'm trying to chase the price. And this system tells me, hey, don't trade, get out.
Yeah.
Be strategic. Just look for a really good setup.
Yeah. It really does. I mean, and when you guys are in doubt, and that's why the 4 market phases is critical, right? You know, because if you guys take a look at Peter's stock, R, what is it, Peter?
ROKU.
KU. If you guys, you know, just following the 4 market phases, we know, boy, you know, it's deep. It's deep in the 4 market phases, right?
And I don't want to miss out because the earnings is going to come in and it's going to be a bad earnings and it's going to gap down another 20 points. And I want that 20 points.
but doesn't it happen though? You remember so many times it happens where you have really bad earnings and then the price doesn't go lower. It goes where? It goes higher.
Yeah,
right?
It surprises us. It does so.
And a lot of times it'll go higher because guess what? The price is what?
It's already at the bottom.
It's already at the bottom. And we're wondering why it's got bad earnings. Why didn't the price go lower? Well, because we're not looking at where price is, right? Where the price is in relation to so
could we take a look at Facebook? Because Facebook got crushed last earnings. And this symbol? Earnings,
what's the symbol?
Yeah, it's FB.
Okay, Facebook, FB, okay.
And we're just anticipating, you know, it's going to get crushed again, this earnings. Look at that huge gap. And this last time it brought the whole stock market with it because it's part of the FANG stocks. So it brought down the whole entire SPY, SP 500. So with the 50 basis point, it's probably going to get crushed again.
Let's see here. Nothing here.
So my question is, are we still talking about the same thing since it's so oversold? RSI is so deeply oversold. The juice is not worth the squeeze.
Yeah, so let's bring in our short signals.
But there's
All right.
tons of money to be made if it gaps down another 20, 50 points.
So it's got pretty good support here. So I would say it's got pretty good support right here. Okay, so right when you see here, Peter, and
Yeah.
everyone, you guys see here where the last sell short signal, all right? So sell short failed, sell short failed. So this is a pretty good area right here. All right, we can even come down a bit lower in this area here. So that's pretty good support right
Yeah.
here. So again, you're like what, 30 points away from pretty big support. I mean, yeah, it could always break, but that's what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Right in here. Okay, and again, it dropped from what? It dropped from 384 to 184. All right, so.
And this, I mean, the market's been going down, so since we're such a strong markdown phase.
Now, if you wanted to take, I'm going to ask you guys, if you wanted to take a trade this, what would you do? If you wanted to take an opportunity here, what would
I would risk smaller amount of money. So I would buy out of the money put.
Okay, and what
to
else?
Get the cheaper price.
And what else?
Or you could just short the stock.
Okay, and what else?
Or you could just stay out.
Maybe look at a smaller time frame.
Very good. Look at a smaller time frame.
Ah.
Okay, so we could look at a 30-minute, right? We could look at a 60-minute, but it's dropping on every single time frame. Every single time frame has been extended. All right, so even the look at that, even the 15-minute time frame, sell short signal came in all the way up here.
Yeah.
It's right here. So even on every single time frame. So if we wanted to trade it, right? We wanted to trade it, just bring in a small time frame, a smaller time frame, and look for an opportunity if you just have to trade it. All right, good job, good job.
I noticed right before earnings, the price will move the opposite direction. So if people are intending the stock to go down, 2 days right before earnings, it starts to rally. And that day of, if it rallies, it's going to bring it, the stock goes down. And the stock is going down, then after earnings, it goes up. It's just, it does the opposite.
Yeah. So
That's why it's kind of hard to trade during earnings seasons. It's like, it's
look
quite tricky.
Look for when you guys do this, there are traders that just trade oversold, especially oversold, right? They'll look for oversold opportunities, especially around earnings, to get that lift.
But it's dangerous, especially when if you go long. If you, let's say you want to buy Facebook, you think it's going to rally somewhere, but right before right after earnings, I mean, look at what's his name, Ackman. He held Netflix stocks, and after earnings, he was long on the stock, and I mean, he suffered billions of dollars of loss. He lost at least 600 million holding Netflix. So if you're holding Facebook right after earnings, it tanks another 30 points. Oof.
So our rule is always what? Buy at resistance, sell at what?
Sell at support.
Sell at support. Buy at resistance, sell at support.
Cool.
All right, Stella, you want to take a look at RIOT? Let's do that.
Yeah, I have a rookie question. I think
Okay.
you and Peter are going to like beat me up on this. But
No, we're
anyway.
not.
Yes,
Did you
you
just
are.
listen to me? I got beat up pretty bad, even in an experienced trader. Like sometimes we get beaten up. We don't know what's up, what's down, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like we're so confused, you know.
Gosh.
So hey, we're not here to make you feel bad. The market does that enough.
Yeah, it's making me feel real bad. Anyway. So I bought anyway my pre-monster days.
Mhm.
So I own 200 shares of Riot, which I bought at a pretty high price. And it's gone and every day I keep saying I just need to sell them and just cut my losses. But yesterday when you talked about oversold, the RSI and so on, when I checked it, I was like, oh, it's now over.
Yeah, I understand where you
So
bought
maybe
bought
it'll
it
go
at.
up. So I'm like, maybe I just need to stay. It'll go up. Earnings are
See,
coming up.
if you were going long on the stock, it does give us a buy signal.
I mean, I already own this dog, so I'm just like, when do I get out now? Because it's already
Well,
yeah.
I mean, right after that blue circle, that was
Yeah.
a buy signal. And I did something similar with Moderna.
Yeah.
Moderna looks like this chart, but then Moderna went down. And so now it's tell you to get out of the stock.
So just get out is
Yeah, because it broke support.
And
And it's a tech stock too. So all the tech stock is going to get crushed.
Well, I
It's
mean,
a
it doesn't have
QQQ
any
stock.
further down to go. I'm just like, and it's already over.
But you got to protect your money.
That's the little that's left. Okay, sure.
So Stella, look at it here.
Yeah.
All right, look at it. We have a fresh new sell short signal right here on this breakout support right here.
Okay. Okay.
No, could buyers come in? Absolutely, right? Buyers come, anything can happen, right? The good thing that you've got going for you is you've got support down in here. Where did you buy at? Where did you buy it at?
I am ashamed to say. Way up there.
Okay.
Way up there. Well,
we made bigger mistakes than you.
Oh Lord.
Well, Stella, it could go to 3. It could go to
wherever I
359.
bought it in. I bought it in. I think it was like November, maybe December. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't buy it up here.
Well, not there. Thank God.
If you want to make money, then you can basically get out of that position and just flip your position. Go short.
Oh,
buy
okay.
a put.
All right. Huh. Okay.
If you want a revenge trade, you want to get your money back. It's telling us to go short.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't have any support until $4. And right now it's at 11.80, 85.
It was like at $14 4 days ago. Like I just keep hoping something happens to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Monday I'm getting out.
Yeah, the thing about holding on to these trades is not, yes, it's the loss of right, the loss of money, but what else?
Ego.
Ego.
We want to be right.
Okay, but what else?
And if we get out, that means we're admitting we're wrong.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm not smart. Oh, here we go. I made another mistake.
But what else? What else? Right? What else? So Stella, right? What we do is go ahead, Stella. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I probably could have taken a different trade if I had pulled the trigger earlier.
Yep. So you could have taken that capital, put it into another trade, right?
Yeah.
All right. And also, right, just knowing that you're in this losing trade right here or this bad trade. All right. That alone is going to have a major effect on your trading. All right. Because this is not a good trade. Why is this not a good trade? Why is this not a good trade? Because she's on the wrong side of the trade. Sellers are in, sellers are in, and she is in long.
Yeah.
Whenever sellers are coming in, right? Whenever sellers are coming in, and we'll know that sellers are coming in, red candles, get out of the trade. Just get out. Just get out. Just close it, right? Because guess what? If you guys stay in when the sellers are in, yes, you will lose money, but guess what? You're developing really, really bad habits, right? So the next time sellers come in, guess what? You're going to stay in the trade. So just remember, when sellers come in, red candle, we get a sell signal, red sellers coming in, we're in the markdown phase, get out. Just get out. Just get out. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but it's more than just losing capital. It's also about doing the right thing. All right. We want to be buying in the trades in the markup phase. All right. In the markup phase, when it gets in that markdown phase, sellers are in, we want to be out of those trades. And we just want to make a habit of that. And then every night you go to bed, Stella, you're going to be constantly thinking. So you're taking on other trades, right? You're taking on other trades. But guess what? In the back of your mind, right? Riot is still there. In the back of your mind.
It's so true.
Yeah. In the back
I'm
of
just
your
looking
mind.
and I lost $400 today, just staying in.
Yeah. So in the back of your mind, guess what? It's right there. And it's going to affect your other trading decisions. Okay. So that's perhaps the biggest reason why we almost get paralyzed when we're in trades like this, right? And then we have missed opportunities, right? Because guess what? We can't use that capital for more trading opportunities. Okay. So that's the big reason why if we mess up, I always tell traders, if you mess up, if you got in wrong for whatever reason, you missed it, you weren't thinking, you wanted to go long, but you went short or whatever, we just close the trade. Get out, just get out. Get out.
Stella, I want to defend you with a similar trade. David, can we change the product to Esperon, ESPR?
Okay. All right.
And you could leave it on the daily.
Okay.
See, this stock kind of like looks like your stock. It was beaten down. It's on the bottom, and it did went up. It gave us a buy signal. So I got in and I was really excited. I even told my mom, it's in the healthcare sector. Like, buy this stock, mom, buy this stock. And then it gave us, I mean, the whole market went down and the stock went down with it. It was like, and the system told us to get out. So, so I have to go back to my mom and tell mom I'm wrong again. It told us to get out of the stock.
And that's okay, right? And that's okay. Yeah, trading is not about being right. I was then doing some coaching today, and I was talking to a few traders, and I was telling them, hey, what we're doing when we trade, we're just testing. We're just testing. You guys know about the whipsaw song, right? The whipsaw, right? You get a whip and I get a saw. You get a whip and I get a saw. One good trend piece for them all. we're just testing. There's no guarantee when we take this trade here that it's going to get in that markup phase and start to trend. All right. So our job is when the sellers come in, right? We get a sell signal, get out, because guess what? It could do this again. All right. This stock here went from, and I always do this, right? All those traders, right? All those individuals that bought at 55, right? Thought it was going to go higher. All those individuals that bought here at 41 thought it was going to go higher. All those individuals that bought right here at 30 thought the price was going to go higher. All those individuals, all right? I don't call them traders, they're individuals because this isn't traded. All right, all those individuals that bought right here thought the price was going to go higher. All those individuals that bought here thought the price was going to go higher.
Yeah, and the stock is a $70 stock. Look how high it was in the past. It's like, oh, I'm getting it cheaper right now.
Yeah, and then
you know, along the way.
And all those individuals that bought here today, right, thought it was going to go higher or think it's going to go higher, right? But this stock could go to, it's at 478 today. It could go to 50 cents. It could go to 2 cents, right? So, but guess what? If you bought here, this buy signal and you got out here, you're feeling much better than all the folks down here. If you bought here and got out here, all right, you're feeling much better than all the folks that are sitting in here. If you bought here like Peter did and you got out here, guess what? You're feeling okay. Now, we don't know how far it's going to go down, but guess what? All right, you are not these folks in here. So when those sellers come in, price breaks support. Remember, we talk about this a lot, but it's good to go over this. Sellers are in, get out. I know it's hard. You see your P&L and it's a loss, right? But guess what? That loss can become a big, really big loss. So good example, Peter. And Stella, thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. You guys don't know the stories I hear. I can't talk about the stories that I hear of the losses, right, that people go through. But they're big losses. And what we have to do is when we have to follow this process, we have to get out. So it's all about defense. You know, Peter talked about it's about protecting your capital, even if it's a little bit of capital, even if it's, you know, 200, you know, 500, even if it's $100, we have to respect that capital, and it's going to build those habits. That's what we're doing. So when we stay in those trades that are going against us, we're not building good habits. We're building bad habits. And then, yes, it might not be, you know, today it might be a few $100. Tomorrow it might be a few $1,000 because we're not building those habits. Okay, so, all right. Anything else? Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, the cutting the losses, it's like, the last 2 weeks, I cut 4 losses in a row. And it's just like, and I took it personally. It's like, I can't pick a good trade.
Yeah.
But it is a good habit. You have to cut a lot of losses.
Yeah.
You have to keep them small, and it's a lot of them. And then it's just like, I just can't catch a break. You know? But that's what we have to do. You have to keep your losses small. You have to survive. You got to keep your capital to survive. And then you hope you'll catch that one good trade.
Yeah.
that'll make up for all those small losses.
So Ed
So-
Dakota, hey, yeah, you get a whip and I get a saw. These are the whip saws, right? You get a whip and I get a saw. One good trend pays for them all.
So
Right?
cutting that riot loss, Stella, it is a loss, and he's like, I'm not a good trader. I took a loss. I'm not a good trader. I took a loss. I mean, I did 4 and 5 of those in the last 2
Wow.
weeks,
Wow.
and it doesn't feel good. But my capital, I'm able to stay in the game, and that's what you have to do. Is just, you have to make sure you keep money in, you stay in, you survive, and that's
Right.
cutting a lot of small losses.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, yeah. We don't want those, we don't want that small loss turning into a big loss. And that was, and Stella won't do that again. This was pre-monster, right? This was before monster.
It was free monster. and now the value of monster is it's in the house.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming. I will see you guys on Sunday. Be careful with equities. All right. Keep an eye on the dollar, right? Keep an eye on pound, on pound yen. And we should see some other opportunities in Forex. But for as far as, unless you guys are getting puts, all right, just be careful with the equity markets. All right. So have a great weekend. Have a great weekend. Be safe out there. And I'll see you guys on Sunday.
Thank you, David.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.